Hello, everybody. This is Laura Scott, independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up, and I am here for another exciting Tuesday night of crafting and making some cards with Stampin' Up products. So, just going to give it a minute to have everyone sign on and see if people are starting to join us. So, this week I have been able to get my hands on a new product. Hi, Melanie. Can you hear me? You're the first one on. So, not sure if anyone heard the news that there was a new product coming out that is available to demonstrators and start coming out March 1st for the general populace. But the exciting part is it's kind of an advanced release for the upcoming annual catalog that doesn't come out until May. In order to be able to get your hands on it now is very exciting. Yes, Melody knows what I'm going to be playing with. So yes, I am in red for Valentine's Day. So we've already done our Valentine's Day cards the other day. I hope you were able to join me. If not, please go to my Facebook page or my YouTube and watch some video. But yes, today we are going to get our hands on the new Waves of the Ocean. I got the whole suite. Do not tell my husband, but yes, I did pay for express shipping because I could not wait. I had to do it with you tonight. It came in the mail yesterday. Hi, Kathy. It came in the mail yesterday, so my hands are kind of blue because with the ocean, I was playing with some blue inks to come up with some ideas for tonight, and we're going to make a card together. And it will be really fun. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this lovely suite so that you can see what I'm all excited about. Look at all of this. It's very, very exciting. We'll go through it real quickly before we start playing with it. So I will first pull out the lovely sheet about it. This is, let me see if it's in the camera, Waves of the Ocean. So it's available starting March 1st. Unless you're a demonstrator, you can pre-order because they love for us to be able to play with it and get things ready to show customers. But if you want to become a demonstrator, it's very easy, and you can definitely include this as part of your starter set. But yes, I'm going to turn it over to show you the breakdown. And here's where you can do the bundle with the stamps and the dies and get 10% off. Hi, Anna. And then here is the, sorry, I'm trying to zoom in for you physically. Waves of Inspiration stamp set and the dies, which we'll go through. And then we've got the Waves of the Ocean 12 by 12 paper, which I'll show you, and some blue foils. There's 3 different colors. And then the Rhinestone basic jewels. Oh, it's so cool. Very, very nice. And love it, love it, love it. Just note that, yes, the upcoming catalog will have the Waves of Inspiration stamp set, and it will have the Waves dies in the annual catalog. But these 3 items down here are not going to be in the annual catalog, and they are as supplies last. So you may want to get on this on March 1st because people are loving it. And I think after tonight, you will know why. Everyone is in love with this new product. Yay. Love it. Love it when they come out with really exciting stuff. Last year it was the butterflies at this time of year, and this year it is Waves of the Ocean. So this is the stamp set. So there's a beautiful big wave. And then we got the little pelican. Got some sentiments. Our friendship is a thing of beauty. You're so totally awesome. Your strength is an inspiration. Happy birthday. And then there's even a cute little bird stamp, which of course we all love to put all over our page, right? But then what else goes with the scene? Of course, clouds. So that is where you're gonna come into it with these gorgeous dies, the Waves dies. So there is 2 slightly different framelits. Could you tell how excited I am? Oh my gosh, I've just been playing with it. Haven't even done a card yet. We're gonna do it today because I'm very excited. You can lay them on top of each other. I think I like the more detailed one on top, but you guys can tell me later tonight which you prefer. But they kind of overlap to give it some, you know, contrast, and it will be pretty cool. So that's the two dies that we'll be using tonight. And then we have the pelican framelit that cuts out the pelican. You can see it right here. I guess I should turn it right side up so you can envision it. That cuts out the pelican. There's two sentiment dies. This one will fit over the bulkier words, right? And then the long one will fit over the skinny, oops, sorry. Skinny words. It does not obviously fit this one, but that is okay. We are excited. We can always fussy cut that or just kind of give it some trim off the sides with a little piece. Now, what I've seen a lot of people get confused about online, if you watch any YouTube videos, you will see about 70% of demonstrators misunderstanding what these dies are for. When you first look at this, these two dies, and I wish I had let me get a little piece of paper for you. Okay, so you don't have to confuse you. A lot of people are looking at that and saying, that looks like a wave. That must be part of this ocean thing, and to put some waves on it or something. Yeah, that must be it. But no, that's not what they're for. You can definitely do that if you want, but that's not what they're intended for. They are actually to spruce up our clouds. These cloud dies, these pieces actually fit the bottom of the cloud to give it extra dimension. So it's very cool. So there's one for the small cloud, and they go at the bottom. Sorry, that was upside down for a second. So this is going to fit on top, which we will do later. So I will show you in action, but they go on here. They're not waves, they're clouds. But that doesn't mean that you can't use it as waves. Feel free, have fun with it. But I wanted you to know what some of this was. And then this framelit, which is going to be one of my favorites, which is hard to say when there's so many favorites on this set. But look, we're going to get some birds. Birds flying in the sky. I thought that was really, really genius. Love it. We have the stamp bird, and then we have the framelit bigger birds. So you can have one in the distance, and then you can have some more closer up. So that is the framelits. I hope it's in the picture. And then this, so that's those. So now I want to show you the paper. Very excited to show you paper. And before I go any further, I don't want to omit, oh, look at my camera's off. Sorry. It's cutting off my name. Let's see. StampingCoast2Coast.stampinup.net is where you'll find my website, so you can click to go to shop. Hi, Melanie. Sorry, I'm going to read the comments for a second. Wonder if that... Oh, I do wonder if that would fit the many messages dies. We'll have to see. All right, so, but yes, this is where you can go into shop at StampingCoast2Coast.stampinup.net. Or if you need to email me with any questions, if you want to become a demonstrator and benefit from everything. And right now it is still celebration, so you can get free product from the celebration catalog for every $50 to $100 you spend. And this month I'm also giving the bonus of sending out a pack of the brushed brass butterflies and a quarter pack of the new Horizon paper, which I'll show you later. So email address, stampingcoast2coast@gmail.com. And my February host code, if you do go into shop, is DA6DRVB2. So very exciting. You will love this. So first, this is the DSP, which I need to get my cheat sheet, the back, right? Everybody knows that's where you find the cheat sheet, is on the back of the paper pack. Waves of the Ocean, 12 by 12, okay? And I'll tell you what colors are going to be found in here. Look at these papers. I'll tell you the colors in a minute. First, I think you need to focus on this. Look at that. Doesn't your mind just go crazy with all the oceans and fishy stamp sets that we have? Oh my gosh, we have a few different ones right now, and I can just picture playing with them so much. I'm going to probably do another Tuesday with some of the other stamp sets and framelits that we have for the fishies to incorporate some of this. Look at this one. This one just makes me think winter. Does anybody else see cold water? Phoebe, hi. Yes, this is gorgeous. And look at this. I don't know about you guys, but this is making me want to pull out the fish stamp set, which I'm going to have to refrain, because I'm going to drive you crazy if I do right now. But like, we have some other framelits where there's like under the water ocean framelit sets. We'll definitely play with that next time. But can you totally see this in under the ocean scene? Oh, they do look 3D and beautiful. They're gorgeous. And if you haven't heard, the way they made this paper is the artists at Stampin' Up poured paint, I assume onto canvas. I don't know. It could have been the floor. Who knows? I don't know enough about art. I'm sure you guys probably know better than I do what they poured it on, but they poured it out and let the paints mix. And then they took a picture and made this gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Look at this. Oh my gosh. The possibilities are endless. What you can do with this gorgeous paper. Just so fun. And that's just side A. I'm going to flip it over real quick so you can see side B, because a lot of times I think side B is a little bland, which is wonderful. A lot of gorgeous cards for subtle backgrounds, but these just have a wow factor that I think just goes on the back as well. Like these veins and stuff, like, oh my gosh, so beautiful. And again, underwater, I can totally see these bubbly scenes underwater. So pretty. And even this one, this is, if you're wondering what this is, this color is Calypso Coral. I'll tell you all the colors in just a second, but you can see it there. There's also, I'd be amiss not to say, there's also some Petal Pink in this as well. And these two, you can see the yellows in here, Daffodil Delight. And trying to think if there's another yellow. I think it's just Daffodil Delight is the yellow that they use in here, probably just different shades of it. And I still see some Petal Pink in here too, right? And here you go. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm sorry, for side B, how gorgeous. And the colors, I'll tell you, are Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Night of Navy, Pacific Point, and Petal Pink. So that is Phoebe is saying pour painting is a whole big crafting thing. I heard people kind of went out and did that. It was an activity. I must have missed the memo, but I sure want to sign up when it comes back. Look at that. Isn't that great? So we're going to play with a piece of this tonight. Very excited. And then it doesn't stop there. They kept going with the paper and they brought out some foils. Look at these foils. Aren't they pretty? I don't know if you can see. I'm going to try to bring them up, each of them. Beautiful blue. Sorry, this one's got a little dust on it. I don't know what was flying around. I guess there was a little paper dust from those papers that I just showed you is all. Isn't that pretty? And then we got silver. If you're wondering, the last silver foil was in the fall catalog. So they brought back another silver foil for you. You're not without. We've got the, what is it, copper and gold in the annual catalog, but this is where you can get your silver. And then this is a greenish blue. I'm trying to show you just so hard with the the glare this metallic paper gives. It's just so shiny, very shiny paper. And the colors are Night of Navy, Coastal Cabana, and Silver. So this is Coastal Cabana, and this is Night of Navy, just so you know, okay? Which, of course, we'll be playing with tonight as well. All right, so, and then last, but certainly not least, to all my bling ladies that bling love, look at this. Oh my goodness. This is Rhinestone Waves Basic Jewels. And of course, now I buried the piece of paper, but I do want to tell you, when you watch any YouTube videos from anyone else, I did go back and study this a little bit because people have been saying different colors than what they say they're going to be. Because if you look, you will see that there is, they'll say 6 colors, but then they list Coastal Cabana, Night of Navy, and Pacific Point. But the reason why they only list 3 and there's 6 different colors here is because there's 2 different shades of each of those colors. So, for example, the Night of Navy, there's a darker and a lighter Night of Navy. And then Coastal Cabana, there is a darker and lighter Coastal Cabana, which I guess is this one's. And then Pacific Point, a lighter and darker. So I'm probably pointing at the wrong ones because they might jump. I'm not really sure. I'm going to be one of those video people that don't know exactly, but I think it's beautiful. One of these even looks green. You don't know how that happened, but I think you can see it in that image pretty well. So, but bottom line, they're gorgeous colors. Trust me, when you see them in person, you're gonna order 2 more packs. So that is the set. And yes, it's almost Valentine's Day, so I have got my hearts on and everything. So no, we're not doing heart cards tonight. We are doing waves, but I just thought I'd explain why I have hearts on my fingers, because it's almost Valentine's Day. So bringing back out our lovely product here. Who is ready to make a card? Because I know I am, and I hope you are too. Okay, so I don't have one to show you done like I normally do. We are going to do this together. I played a little bit, which is why my hands are blue. They're not bruised. they're just a little blue because I played a little bit, but I did not finish a card. We're going to do that together. Okay, so we are going to start with the base. I do need to cut some white, basic white cardstock. So I'm going to start with Night of the Navy is going to be my base for tonight's card. You guys have to tell me who else is excited to play with this. I know I am. Melanie's already saying I am. She knew what I was going to say. Anna says me too. Love it, guys. We are going to do this together. I think we're going to do some fun stuff. So that will be the base. And so I am going to get out my handy dandy cutter and cut some white real quick, because we'll need an inside piece and an outside piece. I have stuff prepped. Don't worry. You're not going to have to watch me cut everything, but I did not cut the white. So what I am going to cut for this, let's see if I can get my cutter. I don't usually cut my measurements at the top, but I will do it for you. Let's see if I can do it right. So, all right, so the, I should tell you, this is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, and so then the inside, I'm going to do it just 1/4 inch less, so it has a little border on it. So, I say that inside. Okay, so I'm going to do 5 1/4 I wish I could see. I'm going to turn this around. See, I'm a lefty, and I swear, some people might not think that it messes you up, but it does. So, nothing is made for lefties anymore, as if it ever was. Haha. All right, so, oh, not 5 1/2. I'm going to do 5 1/4. All right. Put that aside. We'll need that. And then by 4. So we're going to get that, and we'll have that for the inside of our card. I'm just going to set that aside for a second. And then for the outside, I want some of that beautiful DSP to show. So I'm going to cut a piece of white, but I'm not going to do it for the whole thing. So maybe I'll do like a 3 inch by 5 inch. Let's do that. Do I still have 5 here? 3 inch by 5 inch. So let's see. All right. So we're going to do 5 by 3. I saved all my white scraps, but that one was a little small. Okay. This we're going to save though, right? We'll probably need that for the clouds. We'll just put that aside. Okay. So we'll stamp on that. I'm still looking at your comments. Everyone's so excited. Very nice. All right. So what I want to do is we're going to plan out our card. We are going to take a piece of that lovely DSP. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I just think that's really, really pretty. So we're going to put that on there, and then we're going to put this on there, and we're going to stamp it up. Okay? Sounds good. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to grab my Stamparatus, because I'm going to start with a big wave. Sorry. I'm not usually a squealer. Those that know me know that I do not squeal, but I think it would be fun to, sorry, these magnets are pretty strong. Whoa, you don't want to do that. You never want them to clank together, because sometimes they'll break. Trying to get them where they're allowing me to do this. I want a little room for my sky, so I'm going to stamp off a little bit, but I do want a good amount of this on there. So I'm going to do it something like this. Pardon me while I stand up and look. Let's get this out of the way. Something like that. I want a good amount because I like my wave, but not too much. What do you think? You guys think that's good? All right, we're going with it. So then all you got to do, look at me with all my little shredded pieces here. Sorry. Messy, messy, messy. Everybody with OCD, look away. There was trash there. So press it on. Open it up. Oh, good. Phew. It was an eyelash. I thought it was ink. I was like, I thought I cleaned it. All right. Sorry, that was bugging me. It's glue. Glue glob. Okay. So what color? So we're going to go back to what I said was in the paper, right? So that's the way you do this. You look back at the paper, what colors are in it? We got Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Night of Navy, Pacific Point, and Petal Pink. So what color do I want my wave? I think Pacific Point. I don't want it too dark, Night of Navy, so let's do Pacific Point. So here's some Pacific Point. And I have to tell you, and I do apologize, I don't know who to give credit for, but I'm going to show you a technique here. If you have your really big block, which I did have out a minute ago, you can put it underneath to give it stability. I must have put it away. All right, but just grab a stamp set. That works too. But your giant block, I had it out because I was considering whether I was going to mount this stamp on it, and you can also put it underneath here just to give it some stability to be able to stamp on. Okay, what I was going to tell you is, and if any of you guys know who was talking about it on YouTube, I apologize, but I did watch a video one time where they said, take out your dauber and don't just let this ink sit on top. When they're detailed stamps like this, you can daub some ink so it gets into the crevices so that it gives you more dimension. How cool is that? So I'm going to just make sure all these little nooks and crannies have ink in them, because I think it will give it even better dimension. And it kind of pulls off a little if it's got extra globs. Like if you're real juicy like my ink pad, it will take some off. I was trying to get it in the thing, so now I'm going to just take off if there's any extra globs. Okay, I think we're good in ink. I want to act quickly so it doesn't dry, but there we go. But yes, those are sold in the annual catalog if you're wondering where I got the dauber. Okay, and you'll laugh, I did buy myself a tool. I'm flying things around. Someone handmade this, but I think you could probably make your own at Home Depot. You just kind of get probably a doorknob, but I liked it. You know me, I like bling. All right, so let's see if we're gonna need an extra application. Oh, look at that. That's why you do this. So I'm just gonna ink it up one more time, but I can see there's still some ink there, but that's okay. I'll take this opportunity to juice it up one more time so we have a really crisp image. Trust me, this is not a card you want to skimp on because it's gonna be so pretty. I just know it. Look at that, no pressure, right? No pressure. It's not like I got people watching me. All right, we're gonna, sometimes you gotta be careful where near the hinge, if you will, of the stamparatus to make sure you got that part good. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Is anybody else feeling the wow factor? I am. And remember that when you use the red stamps, the rubber stamps, it already has cushion. So I did take the cushion out of here that comes with the stamparatus. That's for use with the photopolymer stamps, the thin ones that don't have a cushion to them. All right, and then another thing you do that I think makes my life easier on the video is you don't have to clean it right away if you throw a little piece of paper in there and just shut it. I will clean it later, but I also I'm going to use this again when I do my envelope and stuff, right? So before Anna has a heart attack. Yes, Phoebe, doesn't that wave look real? But guess what? I've been brainstorming because obviously I knew I was going to be on tonight. Like, what else can I do for this wave? So some other things that I came up with were that I want to add a little, look, I want to add some color, but instead of adding blue in my wave, I don't know how far I need to put my Pacific Point. I'll just put it down up there. I'm going to take some Coastal Cabana, because, sorry, I have to keep going on this cheat sheet. Yes, Coastal Cabana is in here. So, and again, you might pick up a piece of the DSP that has more Coastal Cabana than others. But what I'm going to do is take that. I'm going to take a handy dandy blending brush, which is in the annual catalog. I apologize, I don't know what page, but it's 3 to a package blending brushes. So you'll see there's 3 to a page. 3 to a page, 3 to a packet. And they're the softest things you've ever did see. So what I want to do is I'm going to create a sunset, and I'm going to create put a little green in my water. I think that'd be fun. Are you guys ready for this? All right. So what I did with this thought was I cut out I fussy cut. I stamped on a Post-it, so because I don't want the green in the sky and I don't want the sky in the water. So we're going to try this. So bear with me. No one laugh. No laughing aloud. But we're going to try it. Just because I'm on video doesn't mean I should quit my day job. This is fun, right? All right, so some people swirl it. Some people hold it like this, real gentle. But either way works. But what I do kind of emphasize when I do it is always to start over here. You don't want a blob like that on your wave. Phoebe says ready. Here we go. Whoop, no. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I don't want too much green in my sky because we're going to do a sunset. We're going to have a little orange, a little yellow. Green does not go well with that. Trust me. It would probably look muddy if I did that. But this, now if I come this way, it'd be easier. I'm going to start on the Post-it and drag in. That makes it easier. And it doesn't have to be perfect, and you don't want it too dark. It's just sorry, I was trying to start on the Post-it. It's just to kind of take away some of that stark white, right? And voila. Now, how real is that wave looking? Dang, I think that worked out pretty well. I'm excited. So that, and while I have it out, I started to do this before I got on the video. I probably should not have made it seem like this was whiter. I started playing around. I was like, you think I can add a little green to the DSP too, so it's not so stark on my card front? So yes, you can blend any color you want into this. In fact, some people might say that it's a shame there's no metallic. Some of the nice paper, this is gorgeous paper, but the one thing it doesn't have is metallic. But guess what? You take a fine tip two-sided glue pen or something like that, or adhesive powders. There's so many things you can do, and then put some gold foil in it, or you can do some silver embossing. You can totally make your own. Oh, Phoebe, I love the fact that you're loving the color combo. Let's all pretend I came up with it and that it wasn't on the back of the package. That's the beauty of it, is that they kind of give you some ideas to start with. So we got that. So that's ready. I'm going to set that back aside. We're going to go back to our wave and sunset. So it said that Calypso Coral was in there and Daffodil Delight. Now, they're not on this page, but the fact that they're on the back of the DSP package means the colors go together. So if you don't have an idea of colors already in your head, it's really great to use the colors that they've suggested. Okay, so we're going to, sorry for the reach, I'm just putting away some stuff. My OCD friends would love that. And here we go. Yes, I was trying to see if it would work. So I did use this once. I swear I did not make a card. I was just, that's why my hands are blue. I was like, can I do this? Will this work for my live event? Very exciting. So again, all you got to do is take that stamp in the Stamparatus, and I did at the same time that when I was practicing, when you stamp the back, you just throw a Post-it in, stamp again on the Post-it, just a quick cutout, because it can be rough. It's not difficult fussy cutting the wave to do that. So, all right, so we're gonna do some Calypso Coral. Sorry. If you ever have trouble opening these, you just press the back down and the front kind of pops open. So that's kind of a trick with that, if you were curious. So again, those blending brushes came in a pack of 3, so I have perfect number to do this project. So I'm dying to use those clouds from the framelit set. So to me, I want to do a sunset, but it's going to be an early sunset. It's going to be bright enough that it makes sense to have some white fluffy clouds. Can we all agree with that? Agree on that? Because otherwise, if it's nighttime, it makes no sense to have white fluffy clouds. So we're gonna go with, you know, Laura's vision. This is my show. So I'm just going to get a little clips of coral on that. I'm going to start it off. Oof, good thing, right? Big glob. I don't want it to be, oh, sorry. I don't want my hair in with their hair. Okay, start it off, and then I'm just going to try not to go too heavy. And I can come in from, oop, no, don't move. I know. I need to hold it a little bit. Post-its don't have glue everywhere. I'm sure there's Post-its that are fully sticky. I just don't have them. Okay. I want it to be subtle. I don't want to be too heavy. I don't want it to be too light either. You guys tell me when to quit. Has anyone ever done a sunset, daytime, or early sunset before? All right. Oops. Come on, Laura. Of course, there's going to be a little darker in there because of shadow. All right, we're good. It decided for me. All right, got a little bit of some darkening sky. All right, I'm putting it back though. We're not done. We got yellow coming in. Oop, oh, don't rip. All right, so we're done with that one. I'm gonna get out my Daffodil Delight. And the trick with using blending brushes, when you tap off and pull it in, don't ever tap and pull in where there's already ink, because you're going to pull in that color along with the color you're trying to use. Thank you, Phoebe. I love your support. All right, so yeah, don't ever pull in color from the other shades because that's not the color you want to pull in. So I'm going to pull in some yellow. Oop. Try not to go against exactly what I told you not to do. I'm going to have to shift this because I do not want to get that green on there, and I want to come in from that direction. So don't be stuck. Move. All right. All right, guys. I did a little darker than a light yellow because, like I said, it's early evening, but I don't want to go crazy. What do you guys think? Is that good? Let's take a peek and see what we think. Sometimes you pull it off and it's different than you thought. What do you think? Let me get my Post-it out of the way. Is there not enough blending spot? I think it's good. All right, I think that's good. I hope you like that. All right, I'm gonna stop before I make it too much. I'm reading the comments. Oh, Debbie, hi Debbie. Thanks for joining us. Phoebe and Melanie like the color. That's wonderful. I'm so glad. All right, so I'm closing these up because I have some people with us that would go crazy. All right, so we have that. Now, I want to put a sentiment on it, okay? So I mounted "Your strength is an inspiration," which is here, because when I think of the wave, I think they nailed it with the sentiments to go with the wave. I really do. "You're so totally awesome," and "Your strength is an inspiration," I think are perfect for a wave. And talk about a masculine card, you can definitely make this masculine or feminine, either way. I think it's very gender neutral. I can talk. And I'm sorry, I am totally shifting things like crazy. I'm so sorry. Look at me getting carried away with my blending and brushing and making everything, probably making you seasick. I'm so sorry, guys. But anyway, going back to this, I'm going to need some black because I want the sentiment to pop. If you know me, you know I like a dark sentiment because I don't like it to be lost. It's either that or I want it to be, and Phoebe, who's on, she's the one who got me loving the white embossed on color paper. But for this, obviously, we're not doing that. So I'm getting out the Memento Tuxedo Black, which is in the annual catalog. And I'm going to ink her up. And I think I'm going to do it down here because I think I'm going to put clouds and birds and stuff up top. So just letting you in inside my thought process a little bit. And I always test. And sometimes when you test, you build up your ink a little bit. You can tell me if I'm crazy, but that's what I've experienced. And I want this to be a good, crisp image. Don't be afraid to re-ink your Memento Tuxedo Black. There is re-inkers. So don't be afraid to re-ink it. I'm going to pull this down just a little bit so that I can look more down toward it, because I want to make sure it's straight. You also want to test the straightness of it because it's only as good as you put the sticker on, which I'm not very good sometimes. I've gotten better, but not always. I'm going to just test it to see if I need to adjust at all. So I'm going to just do that on the grid paper, which is my best friend. It's pretty close. The bottom you can see is down just a tiny bit than the left side. So I might think of that when I'm putting it on here. So where can I put you without being off the page? Ha ha ha. All right, so I'm gonna just let it adhere because I want a crisp image, hoping that I'm not shaking it too much. You don't want a double image after all that work. Dang, I love it. I'm happy with that. I don't know about you, but I will take it. I did not mess it up terribly, so it's all good. I don't think anyone will notice if it's off a little bit. I don't think it is. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying if it is, I don't think it's too terrible. So we got that. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are having fun. So now we need to pull in some dies. This is where we get to have some fun with the dies. So where did they go? Where did the framelits go? Okay, framelits. So we have, sorry, I don't want to hide my lovely stamp set, which of course there's a big glare on. Let's see what I can prop that on so I can get rid of the glare for you if you're trying to look at it. All right, that didn't work. Oh well, we're looking at this anyway. Framelits. So we are going to do some clouds. Oops, sorry, it's off the image. We're going to do waves. We're going to do clouds. We're going to do birds. Okay, so this is where, for the waves, I've decided, Phoebe likes it. I've decided we're going to bring in some foil paper. So we're going to set those aside for a second, and we're going to go back to the foil. And actually the birds are going to be in foil too. The birds I'm going to do in silver. And then the waves I'm going to do in Coastal Cabana and Pacific Point. Okay, so those are the big sheets. I want to show you also, being that these framelits are pretty detailed or tiny thin, I am pulling out my best friend's adhesive sheets, and these are in the annual catalog, and they are, I think, 12 to a pack. There's a bunch of sheets in here, and their size is 12 by 6, and there's like 12 of them in here. They go for a very long time, but I will tell you, I'm still a little frugal with them. So what I decided to do was show you the different options. Hi, Margie. Margie is, so I'm reading her comment. It says, "Hi, Laura. So excited to see you using this suite. I was wondering if I really needed it. I think the answer is yes, definitely." Yeah, Margie, I think you can do like me and do express shipping because it is so fun. Okay. I've decided I'm going to use both colors of this gorgeous metallic paper. It is gorgeous. I'm not lying. I promise. Look at that color. This is probably my favorite color. I might have to go out and get some sapphire earrings when I win the lottery, right? Anyway, so with the adhesive sheets, I wanted to show you. So we're going to just set that aside, our gorgeous page so far. You flip it over. You cut a piece of the adhesive sheet for the same size as your paper, which what I did was, I think I'm going to have blue on top. So you decide how big you want this piece, and then you put the adhesive on it. You cut it down. This piece, just so you know, grab a ruler here for you. I cut this one to be 5.5 by 2 3/4. And I'll tell you, these framelits are the perfect size for the card front. So I think it's 5 1/4. So it's a perfect natural size for the US front of the card. So anyway, you flip that over, you peel off the back of the adhesive, and they come in strips. So you peel off the first one. And I will tell you, I've heard the newer packets, the stickies on that part, not the part you peel away. You peel away, what you peel away is trash, and the adhesive's on the bigger section. But if you have the older packs, like I do, because I stocked up the last time we had a celebration, I got a few packs of this because I love it. Definitely very useful for these projects. All right, so just gonna put it on, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's really about, just like any other adhesive, it doesn't have to be completely covering it. But what you do want to do is trim off any pieces that are hanging off, because you don't want to put it through your Stamp and Emboss machine and get sticky all over your plates. So you do want to trim that off, and then get it off your nice scissors too. Okay. All right, so that's that one. And I'm going to do this. Like I said, I think this one's got a little bit more detail in it, so I want this one on top. So I'm going to do that with the Pacific Point. So that's going to go there. And then this one, I wanted to show you. You can even cut your adhesive strip out and be frugal. This is where I put my framelit up to the paper and cut it out, because Phoebe, I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments. Phoebe says she's still using 12 by 12 adhesive sheets. I guess that's what they used to sell. They are worth every penny. Okay, so yes, this is how you be frugal with your metallic paper and your adhesive sheets. You can cut it down like this. And again, even after you put the adhesive on here, if you think you want to cut it down, if it's easier to put the adhesive on a big rectangle, which it is, than to try to do it like this, you just put it on and then you can cut out. And guess what? This piece of metallic paper already has adhesive on it. So you just go like this. I give myself a little bit of a room around it. And you just do a little bit of rough, fussy cutting to save yourself some of that gorgeous metallic paper for later. So you can do it either way, but I do recommend you cutting it before you put it through the machine. And if you don't do that, I definitely recommend you using a new plate in the machine, because if you use up a really scratched up plate, you might see some of those scratches in the foil, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I wanted to at this point just mention one other thing, and that is the cut and emboss machine. I'm sorry. I wanted to just mention that even this big wave fits in the mini. So those of you that have the mini, you might be wondering, will this big framelit fit in the mini machine? Why, of course. Look at that. Fits right in there. And you know, if this framelit fits, all the rest do too, which they do. So you can definitely use the mini machine. But you see how this plate is all scratched up? You would want to use a new plate that's real smooth on the top. You don't have to worry about the bottom, of course, that's where it's been cut, but you'd want a new one so it doesn't mess up your metallic paper for the top. Hey Carol, how are you? So that is that. So I wanted to show you, I am going to do some magic of television for you, and I will cut those out later to make another card. But I did already cut some out to show you, to make it a little faster for you. Look at these. Aren't they beautiful? Oh my gosh. I feel like I need some white paper to show you. I'm going to use the back of the cheat sheet, back the paper. Look at, let's see if I can get you in focus. Look at that. Aren't they pretty? Okay, I'm gonna, Phoebe says they're stunning. I agree, Phoebe. They are stunning. Sorry, I want to put these on my plate before they walk away on me. I would cry. All right, so totally stunning. So look at that. We have waves. And those waves are gonna go on our card front on top of the wave to give it the best dimension. You do not need dimensionals for this. It is a natural dimension that we are going to have fun with. And I've got adhesive sheets on the back. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So we got that. Should I go ahead and stick them down? Or we wait a minute? I think we'll wait a minute. Okay, what's next? Clouds and birds. Okay, clouds and birds. So we've got yeah, Kathy, I'm excited. I really, any scrap of white will do for the clouds. And with this, we have a beautiful pearl paper. We've got, if you have leftover felt sheets that were in the fall catalog, which are coming back next fall, you can use the felt sheets. So many different options you can use for the clouds. So those are endless. Obviously, have fun with it. Really, really spruce it up as much as you want. But we're going to do, I think, 2 big and 1 small cloud. And we're just going to, like I said, these little pieces go with the clouds. So I'm going to just run this through and then run the big one for the big cloud twice and the little cloud once for today's project, which I did do for you guys. Some magic of television if they didn't walk away. Let's see if I can find these pieces. We've got, oh, and I did, oh, I'm so mad at myself. I already glued them together. I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. Hold on, sorry for the reach, but one of my clouds is flying away. I got a little carried away with my, and I will show you. Look, I already glued it on. I'm sorry. It does, I did put the adhesive sheet on the little ones too. Just so you know, you can put adhesive sheets on the back of the white. I'm sorry, it's not focusing. I'm going to give it a minute so you can focus on this. So I'm not sure if you're seeing it, but that's what the clouds look like. All you have to do is glue that little piece right along the bottom, not the top, the bottom. How cool is that? And if you want to sponge the edges, some light gray or something, you can. But here's what the little cloud looks like. Isn't that cool? We've come a long way with our clouds, right? I love it. It's hard to go back to just a stenciled cloud after you play with these. Trust me. You're going to need them for all your cards. And then I did, I did want to do birdies too. So the birds, I wanted to do with the silver. I wanted to show you. I took just, sorry, that's not it. That was from my gumball machine, if you saw that video. These are the birds, and I took some silver metallic paper, just a little piece, and I took part of the leftover two-sided adhesive sheet, and I put it on the silver to get that. Oh, here it is. Look. And look, just a scrap of it. Really, really small. And look, you see the adhesive sheet? I don't know if you can tell, but it is glued on the back. And I did my frugal thing, and I just kind of cut around the birds so that this little strip of silver, so I can get my birds, which I may need to do it again because, sorry, I'm moving stuff around because I only see one birdie. Look at this little bird. I'm going to put him on the black. Isn't he pretty? Little black silver birdie. It's going to look so cute. But I want his friend, so I might have to cut another one out because my bird flew away. I got a little overzealous with pushing my mat around. I'm gonna just, it's MIA birdie. Oh, I found him. Cool. We could have gotten out that little mini machine. Trust me, it would have been fine, but I would rather not. And if you look close, and I just noticed this, to be honest, it's not like I knew ahead of time. Look at the difference in the birds. One of them has a wider wingspan than the other one. Can you see that? I'm going to bring it up closer. Look. One of them is more of a V, and this one is more of, isn't that cool? Did not realize that before. Okay, so we're going to start assembling our card. Did you guys just see me make one of the birds disappear? Oh my goodness. Did anyone see where the bird flew away? Oh, you know what? It fell down straight. It must have stuck to my finger and it came with me. So it fell in my pencil drawer. So bear with me 1 second while I try to pick up the little teeny tiny birdie without hurting it. There he is. Oh my goodness. They're not that small, but geez, it wanted to fly away. I hope I didn't. I want to make sure I didn't hurt him. I think he's okay. All right, so let's get some stuff out of the way. And of course, I moved the camera. I'm so sorry. Let's just see if I can't straighten her out again. Carol says every birdie needs a friend. I agree. I agree. I'm going to unplug my camera because it keeps, because of the cord being taut, it kept going over. So sorry about that, guys. I'm trying not to mess with it too much, not to make you seasick. I hope that's better. Okay, so let's start building the front of our card. Jeez, what are we gonna do? Let's build her up, and then we'll do the inside last this time. Okay, so what do we think? Does this go? Sorry, I want to just see if I'm messing up anything by putting this straight on. You know what I want to do? I wanted a piece of the metallic paper to go under that as well. So here we go. And I'll tell you how to be frugal. I'm not going to do it tonight. Lord help me. But if you want to be frugal with this metallic paper, you take a framelit or a X-Acto knife even, and you cut out a window of the middle, because then you'll have that for another project, right? So, because I love you guys, I'm just going to put that straight on here. Then I'm going to glue this down so it has a little frame, and then we're going to glue that down. What do you think? Let's just try it. Try to do this real quick. All right. I hope I have enough in my glue bottle for this. Getting serious now, lots of gluing to do. All right. This is where I gotta stand up. My scooch over. I did say this one first, right? This is why I usually have a card sample with me, but I just opened the box yesterday, guys. I think I'm doing pretty good for just opening the package. What do you think? I hope you guys are having fun. I hope I'm doing it all right. Okay, this, and look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, could you picture a card with that? I can. Very, very pretty. But guess what? It is worth cutting up and just going for it. All right. Yeah, you can always have fun with your glue too when you put it on. Ha ha ha. All right, so then, which way do we want it? This way or the other way? Do you want that up there? Or do you want it down there? Gonna kind of looking. Should have done a dry run. I think I'm gonna do it like this. You guys might disagree, but it's going on. Sorry. And this foil is not forgiving to have a smear of glue on it, so you do need to be a little precise. That's why I never put glue right on the edges, because if you do need to slide it over a little bit, the glue will let you. So there's that. How pretty is that? Oh my gosh. That alone with a sentiment on it would be perfect, wouldn't it? Yeah, Melanie is saying it's hard when both sides are beautiful. I agree completely. I agree. Okay, so then let's put you right there. Let's put you on. All right. Sorry, you can tell my glue is over there. I'm going to bring it over here so I can stop reaching across. Sorry about that. I like my little sunset. I hope you do too. I thought it was fun. You can always use more of the DSP for the background and fussy cut your wave, but I thought this was a way that I could get away with not doing that and using more of my DSP for other project, which I may do something like that. You never know. So there's that. And then this is where you need to take out some tools if you have them. I have one of these little reverse tweezers. I'm just going to try to find the edge of the adhesive sheet. Once you get it started, you're fine. See, you can use your nail. That peeled off right away. And it comes off in strips, so I know the next strip is going to be around here somewhere. See, when you're doing this on your own, it's easier because I could put this up to the light instead of up to a camera. There it is. And here's the second strip. Once you get going, you don't need tweezers. You just grab on, boom. So now, one of the reasons why I put the metallic paper on there, and yes, I'm going to put my little birdies on the magnetic sheet so I don't lose them. One of the reasons why I loved putting that metallic mat on there is because I want to have my metallic wave go into the metallic trim. All right, so what? Whoops. Oh, I guess I can set it down a little bit. This is the bottom layer, which, boom, just going for it. What do you guys think? Just go for it. All right, there you go. Kind of pat it down. I screwed that up. Do you think it'll forgive me at all? Oh, it might. Oh, look at that. These adhesive sheets are forgiving. Oh my gosh, it is my lucky day. I didn't like it that high. I wanted it lower. I wanted it a little lower. I want it to be, well, not totally crooked is not what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be as high as possible. Oh, maybe not as high as possible. I guess the word was as low as possible, because I don't want so much of that whiteness up there to show. That's a little better. Oop. Oh my gosh. Laura's having an OCD. Sorry. Because it was more on one side than the other. And oh my goodness. All right. I'm done. I promise. I promise I won't do it again. Melanie, I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments. Melanie says, it's also hard to cover up the DSP with an image. Can we just send it naked? Yes, you can definitely send it out naked. I think everybody would love that. So, but I am having fun building this. I feel like I'm making a puzzle here. So we're going to try it again with this one. I'm curious to see how they overlay, aren't you? Oh my goodness. We're getting there, guys. We're almost there. I can feel it, can't you? You guys can start deciding if we're going to put bling on this too. I totally debate that. I really do. We're going to have clouds and birds and waves. The bling is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. It is gorgeous. The question is, do we put it on this particular card? Is the answer obviously yes or no? I think there's another strip just a little bit up here. I will do what you guys want on the bling. You guys have to decide. Oh my goodness. There it is. Just the tiniest little strip. All right, so we are going on. It's going on, peeps. I didn't get to practice this, so I'm not really sure how it lines up. What do you guys think? Should I just put it toward on top of the bottomest most section? I feel like that's what I gotta do. I'm finding that it's better if I start on one side, but I just need to make sure it's even across. What do you think? And I wanted to, this is right perfect with, do you see what I did? I made it so that it went right along with that. So, look at you. Oh. So when you color it, if you think about it, there's a little bit of yellow you can see through the wave. You might want to do your fussy cut of your stencil to allow a little room above the wave. I guess I just should have gone a little bit higher. Trust me, nobody is going to notice that when they see this card. I think in the end, it's just going to be so much going on that no one's going to be like, I can see a little yellow. But guess what? They need to have someone else send them a card because that's not what this is all about. So we're going to put some clouds on. Let's see. I'm going to even layer the clouds. I think I'm going to put one down in the back. And I'll put one on dimensionals. Let's have some fun. One up here. We need some birds. Where are we going to put the birds? What do you guys think? Obviously, we need something up here. What do you think of that? Are birds straight or crooked? Should we have them coming in at an angle? I don't know. The birds are not going to be on dimensionals. They're too skinny. But I think I'll put the two big clouds on dimensionals and the rest down flat. What do you think? Let's try that. Let's try that. Dimensionals. It's not a card without dimensionals. Sorry, guys. Got to have some dimensionals. Let's see. I think I might have some minis over here. They're looking pretty sad, but guess what? We got some minis. I really like this card, so this one's going to have one more dimensional on it. Nice and solid. And then do the same thing with this guy. Couple minis. And one large. Yes, my dog just knocked something over. It's all right. So puppies are for, right? So again, a dry practice run. All right. And again, don't forget, I did glue these clouds together, the bottom piece. Isn't that cool? All right, I need to grab my tool again because, all right, this, sorry, I'm standing up again. Let's just get this guy down. This needs a little glue. Little glue here. If you're wondering where I keep putting it, I just keep putting it into a little shot glass I got on vacation. I have one of those, like, probably made from a 3D printer, one I got from Amazon that is made to hold glue. But shot glasses are fun too. All right, so I'm just gonna put this guy down. And I try to make clouds straight. I think clouds are meant to be straight. Uh-oh, did I do it too low? Maybe a little higher. Okay. Oh well. Take the backings off my dimensionals. Okay, we're getting there. Here we go. Need a little cloud. I like it to go off the page a tiny bit. I think that's fun. As long as it didn't go off the further outer edges of your card base, you're fine. All right. Trying to think what sentiment I'm going to put in the middle. I'll let you guys start deciding that too, because I pulled out special moments. So I think this is part of the celebration, I think, set. And oh, I kind of like the cloud up here. What do you guys think? Kind of brings the two together. Oh, not straight though. It's better. All right, but yeah. Tell me what you think. I was looking at if it's your strength is an inspiration. Does it go in hang in there? Just a card to say you're amazing. What do you guys think? I'll let you read those and let me know what you think. You haven't told me whether or not you want bling or not. You know I'm going to put bling on it if you don't tell me. All right. We have a bird. Boom. And again, I used the two-sided. You can barely even see it, I know, I'm sorry. But it is two-sided sheets. Look at that, peeling it off. Makes it so easy. And you don't need a tool to do it, trust me. If you don't have one, don't sweat it. Don't want these to be the exact same height. Huh. Where should we put you? Not there. Come on, Laura. Guess I put down my tools too soon. Come here, birdie. Let's think about this for half a second. I think it just wants to go right there. Okay, so we're almost done with the front. So this is the gorgeous rhinestone waves. Like, I don't know if you remember, the gorgeous colors. So gorgeous. I'm gonna just see if I want to put them on. Have not committed yet. And this is where I use my take your pick tool, which I had out before. Did I set you down? Nope, I got it right here. Love the take your pick tool. It's got a little putty on the end of it. Let's see, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Do I want it to blend more with the sky or the waves? I think I'm gonna go lighter because I've got so many colors going on here. I think I'm gonna go really light and small because I don't want to take away with it too much. I think I'm gonna have it blend in. It's gonna be a light color, and I'm gonna put them in with the water outer edge to bring your eye to that gorgeous paper. What do you think of that? Is that too weird? We need one more, right? Oh, I need more of this just to get that one color. I'm gonna have to buy more. See, I don't want to distract. Oh, that might be good there. I think I am gonna put it right there. Just kind of twinkles around. Do I want it there? Yeah, I do. Okay, nice. Okay. Now for the inside of the card, I'm going to stamp a sentiment. All right, looks like, let's see, your strength is an inspiration. Just a card to say you're amazing. Oh, you guys are not helping me. It could be with sympathy as well. I guess I'm teetering on that. Or you can not have any sentiment at all on the inside. But I do know, as I'm thinking about what I want to do for that, you can even do the "you're totally awesome" on the inside if you wanted to, because your strength is an inspiration. You're so totally awesome could go with that on the inside as well. But I want to do the pelican, so we're going to do the pelican. So I have not played with him yet. I'm going to do him right here. And I might not put any sentiment on the inside, which is so not me. And it's only because I have a friend who, or I have someone in my family that I might send this to for that these sentiments. I'm debating on sympathy or not, is why I'm debating. Okay, so we need a brownish color, don't we? So what are we gonna do? Crumb cake, you think? Or soft suede? What color should our pelican be? Let's just do a test with soft suede. It's not in the color palette of the paper, but we are on the inside of the card. And I think this would be nice. Right? Yes? No? Or should I do black? I feel like the brown doesn't go. So forgive me if you disagree, because I think it's calling for browns, and I may color it later with some brown, especially we have those new blender blends. Melanie says I'm cracking her up. I know, I'm crazy, but I'm gonna wipe that off. I'm just looking for my chamois because I can't mess up the inside after all that work on the outside, right? You know it. I just think, I gotta do black. So I'm just gonna grab the memento. We're gonna just test it. All right, Melanie, black or brown? Should I do black and then color it in? I think I'll do that. With memento, I can use my blends to color the pelican later. I won't trouble you guys. In fact, I'll tell you, there's one of the stamp sets, which Melanie or someone else might know it. It's got some planks in it. I'll try to find it when I finish. I thought it might be really nice to put down on the ground like he's on a boardwalk. So I'm giving it a second to adhere, make it nice and crisp. There you go. We'll do that. And I think I'm just going to do that. I love the thanks for brightening up my day. Or hang in there. I'm going to do hang in there. I can't do a naked card. I keep telling myself you don't need to do the inside. I know a lot of people that leave it blank. I'm doing hang in there because I know I know what I want to do with that. All right, let's do it. Again, especially these new stamps, you want to just make sure you practice a little bit because there's a little film that's sometimes on them. You look through them, make sure the ink is fully on there. You can just totally sometimes see a white spot. All right. I like it. Okay, there we go. I will come back later and maybe shade in my pelican, but I won't be doing that tonight. So I'll post a picture of it finished on my website if you want to see it. Give me a couple days to post that, and you can see that there. I'll have the inside and outside so you can see the finished pelican then. I've ordered the new different tan shades, meant to be different skin tones, blends that are just came out at the beginning of February. And I think maybe I'll use that. That should be coming in the mail tomorrow. Look at that. Hang in there. Your strength is an inspiration. What do you guys think? What do you think? Clean up a couple little things here. And again, that you can get with a $100 order out of the celebration set. And you will be in love. Here is the framelits again. So fun. What do you think? Isn't it beautiful? Hey, oh my goodness. I am sorry. I had so much fun tonight. I kept tilting my cameras and everything else, so I hope you can forgive me. Oh my gosh, I just realized the lighting was up most of the time. I hope you had good lighting on the card. I'm so glad you liked it. I'm excited. I'm gonna have to put it in the mail tomorrow. Look at that. Can you just see that metallic? I mean, obviously there's a glare on the words. Let me see if I can just get rid of that. There you go. My face is now dark, but at least you can see. Oh my gosh, sorry. I'm sure you saw enough of it on my desktop, but I had fun. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys are all excited to buy your Waves of the Ocean. Yay! And it is available to demonstrators now. So if you want to become a demonstrator and have it part of your initial package, you know, let me know. And otherwise, March 1st, jump online and grab some. It's going to be so much fun to play with. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I am here. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your night. And I look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks. I think we're going to be doing a technique night. So there is a new technique I've been looking forward to sharing with you. So I look forward to seeing you then. Have a great night.